Go live. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bridging the Gap. I'm your host, Ramont Williams. I'd like to apologize for us not being active. I was out with the flu for almost 2 weeks, so we're back. I have two um, routine guests, if you will. Lashonda, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is LaShonda Woods, and I'm from Las Vegas.
Your reception is real bad, and we didn't get that.
My name is LaShonda Woods, and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, drip.
Real deal, no facade against all odds. It's the one and only drip guy. The earth is my turf.
Okay, welcome to the show, everyone. Today we're going to be commenting off a video, if we will. So we're going to just jump right into it, and I'm gonna play the video, and then we'll get your comments. Okay, let's go here. Okay, let's um let's start with you, Lashonda. What do you think about this young lady commenting on, and I would assume that she's particularly talking about black women. So um
I
what
didn't see the video. The video didn't play for me.
No,
it didn't
no.
Mm-mm.
it you either?
Mm-mm.
Hmm,
No.
I don't
I
know.
seen it, but it didn't play.
Hmm. Let's try it again. Share. Tell me if okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your
Yep.
screen.
Okay. Is the video playing?
Nope.
No.
Okay, it's not playing. Okay, let's go. Oh, I don't know what the hell this is. Can you hear it?
Nope.
You can't.
It ain't playing. Or
We
I
can
can't
just
hear
see
it.
the screen, but we don't see it playing, and then we can't hear it.
Wow. Let's see. What about now?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Is it playing on your behalf?
Yeah. Let me. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm gonna have to get with my tech guy tomorrow. Well, anyhow, this is a lady who is speaking in reference to particularly Black women, that every time they get admonished or get someone tries to give them advice or constructive criticism, they take it as a form of bashing. And what she's saying, statistic wise, that women, she's speaking about women in general, are at the bottom, and they want to act like grown women, and these are her words, not mine. So, but they don't want to take accountability for anything. So basically, in a nutshell, what she's saying is that every time someone tries to give these particular women, and not talking about all women, these certain women, they take it as a sign of bashing. So what do you think about that, LaShonda?
I think sometimes when women don't want to take advice is because okay, I was at one point that type of woman, because when people would you know give me advice or whatever, so like, how can I explain it? Well, okay, for me, when people ask me something and I tell them what it is, they'll sit there and ask the next person, is that what it is? Like, I need a cosigner. I don't need a cosigner, you know? So then they want to tell me something, but they couldn't listen to what I said. So, it's kind of hard for me to take what they saying to me when they couldn't listen to me.
But I think what this lady is referencing is when women are not taking heed or advice, when it's in reference to relationships or conduct. That's what I got from the video.
I mean, whether it's a woman or a man, I think when people don't want to take advice is because they don't want to own up to what's wrong. Because the people that's telling them it could be right what they saying about them, but they don't want to own up to that's what's going on. So when you
So
don't want to, you know, so say like if you was doing something in a relationship and somebody came to you about what you was doing in a relationship, but if you yourself don't want to take accountability for it, you're not going to listen to that advice, because that's going to mean that you was wrong. Somebody want to admit that they was wrong.
So what do you think, Drip?
I mean, these new little knuckleheads, peanut heads, they don't want to listen to nothing. They think they know everything, especially, if you veteranize or, a little bit more experience, it's definitely hard. Like they say, the old saying, a hard head make a soft ass. We all heard that many times before. I think what it is, all three of us could probably relate to is with age and experience. I mean, of course, we all been young, but not dumb. I've always was a listener. I just listened. When I came around, when the OGs and the Gs and the players and the hustlers gave me some good advice or knowledge, but nowadays with these young females, of course, when you is trying to give them some good advice, it might not sound nice to them, but at the time, you know, they will be combative or challenging you back and forth, or, you know, they don't want to listen. They want to argue. They want to go in circles, you know, and it's like, and you can tell them, hey, I'm not here to knock you down or talk stuff about you. I'm just giving you some friendly advice, you know, but to them, it's like you're coming at them. But when you know everything, you know, but I believe you can learn from a baby. But a lot of these hard-headed little females, you know, when you know everything or you don't know next to nothing, of course you don't want to hear the truth. And the truth, you know, we know what they say, the truth hurts. So yeah, accountability, like LaShonda said, you know, it's just gotta be a lot. These times we in, to me, it feel like, you know, people paid attention more back in the days. Nowadays, it's like the attention span is too slow. Or they have a short attention span. They don't want to listen. They don't want to read between the lines. You know, the answer might be coming out your mouth or right between the lines, you know. So yeah, you know, I've always been a listener and an observer. So, but a lot of these young females, especially that I've encountered, you know, you can't tell them nothing, and they think they know everything. So I sit back and let them, you know, crash out. You know, that's what they're doing nowadays. They like to go crash out. They don't want to listen. They want to go test it and see. You know, when you try to tell them, it's like, hey, don't walk up that hill. You can lose your life. Well, I just told you one time. That's it. I don't say things twice, 10 times. I told your silly ass. You walk up that hill, you might lose your life. Oh, well, I was just gonna go check it out. It might be okay. See that right there, and then you know. And that's what's going on today's times. I wish they can bring back the old days, man. You know, them older females would say everybody that got older now, they listened more. They was on point more. They were sharper. These females of today, I don't know if the teaching, the raising, you know, but they very hard-headed. They're very hard-headed.
But it's mostly there is no raising. So the young females and stuff that's coming up, and the young males that's coming up today, there is no raising.
Yeah, you got to listen to somebody. A voice to answer to is something very that's needed, especially in the Black community, whether it's a single mom or, you know, single dad. Just having that voice to answer to get your ass up and go to school, shit like that, you know, it'll keep you in line, keep you balanced. There is no voice to listen to nowadays. And the voice that is speaking, they don't respect it. So if you don't got that intuition in your own head to be like, I know this ain't right, I gotta do this, what am I doing? Yeah, we come up with that, you know. We knew better. They say if you knew better, you do better. So, you know, these people are like, they different nowadays, you know, they just
I heard something this morning, man, that kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things and changed my perspective on the direction of this podcast, where a lady was saying that social media has hyped up the ignorance of a minority of people and exposed it to make it seem like it's the majority. And when we address certain behaviors of women on this show, I understand now why a lot of women got offended, because it almost appeared as though we were talking about women, all women. And these women, these social media women are really a small minority. And the sad thing about it is the majority of women don't even accept their behavior. They speak on their behavior, but social media, because they have a bigger platform, a bigger outlet, make it seem as though they're the majority and the good women are the minority, when it's actually just the opposite. So when I seen that, I said, well, what I'm gonna have to do is kind of redirect and correct my narrative, because I don't want Black women, because I know there's some good black women out there. There's one right here on the show, and I know a few more. But when you look at social media, man, you know, all you seeing now, and this is the hype that they got going on: women emasculating men, telling men that if they don't pay all their bills, they don't have time for them. and we come back to the same conclusion that you're asking for something that you can't provide for yourself. 99% of these females, right? You're putting yourself on a plateau with expectations that's far beyond the realizations of this world. And you know, if you had dudes, these unicorn men that you're looking for or that you're voicing for, knocking down your door, why are you still advocating for that same unicorn? So I think it's only fair to Black women in general that moving forward, that when we address certain issues, that we have to put that disclaimer out there that we're talking about, as I've always said, is these social media females, these women that want to get on social media, because social media has given everybody a platform. Anybody that has a voice, anybody that want to act like a clown, anybody that want to portray any form of ignorance or any form of education, they have a platform now. You know, so anything that's advocated, there's going to be a following to. I remember there was a time when I was coming up, anybody that, what they call them geeks now, they were called nerds then. If you were a nerd, nobody liked it you. Man, when we have these shows, we just had this Mimi or whatever it is show. I mean, it was, man, almost 100,000 people from all around the world came to this show. I couldn't believe it. The way they was dressed with the big Frankenstein platform shoes, with the gothic war paint on, and the long dresses with the pants under them. The men dressed like women. I said, man, what is this world coming to?
And then
so I think it's safe to say that these women, you know, that has this platform, it's you know, sooner or later it's gonna die out. You know, people are gonna get tired of it. The majority of women that's affected by the minority are gonna create a platform, and then it'll go away. I believe in my heart it'll go away soon, more sooner than later.
And I believe those women are probably the women that probably didn't have a dad in the home or of a strong male figure in the home, and so they're searching for something, and it's got to be dealing with the male that they was missing in their life, but they going about it the wrong way. Because like some that didn't have a dad, they date older men because they're looking for that father figure in a relationship.
So what do you mean by father figure?
Because I know some of these women, like, they didn't have a dad or either a strong male figure in the house that showed that, you know, that was willing or was there to show them the do's and the don'ts of when you date. You know, when you date a man, what do you do and what you don't do? So by them not having that structure or whatever, now they're going out thinking that they know what they're doing, but they really don't.
Well, statistics prove that when a male role model is present in a home, the outcome is far greater productive wise than with the mom being a single parent. I know, me being a single parent, at time it has been a struggle for me as a man, because it's one thing that I know for a fact, and this is not with all women, this is with some women. And I was just talking to a friend of mine about this today. Women have an influence that's second to none when it comes to manipulating their children. When a woman wants to be, and it can go both ways with men too, but it's more so, I believe, with the women, because the women have more custody of children as opposed to men, even though it's changing today. But when a mother plants that seed and she can just nourish it a little bit at a time over the years, and you would think that once these children get to a certain age, they will mature enough and grow out of it and see things for what it really is, but they don't. And I know this to be a fact because I'm going through some things with my sons, and they're grown men. And it has nothing to do with me as a father. It has nothing to do with me as a parent. It has nothing to do with me as being a man. It has everything to do with the seed that the mom planted in their minds at a younger age about me. So every time I say something or try to put any type of structure in place, it's met with total resentment. I'm talking about they challenge anything that I say, even though they know, because I'm that type of father where I believe in showing my sons how to be a man. I don't just talk about what a man should do and all the time I'm doing something just the opposite of what I'm preaching. So, but when they've been subjected to the influence of their mom for so long, that this is the dominating factor in their minds and in their hearts. So when it comes to dad saying anything or trying to be a disciplinarian or giving instructions, then it's met with total rebellion. So I'm just to that point now when it comes to my son or any of my children, for that fact, I'm gonna just let life teach them. Because we can't just blame the young girls, because these boys are doing worse things than these girls. So they're living these what do they call it? Alternative lifestyles. They don't even call it being gay no more. They didn't put a whole new twist to it. I'm talking about everybody want to explore, it seems like, with this younger generation, homosexuality. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in structure. They won't take advice. So we're what, in Sodom and Gomorrah? Would you say, LaShonda? We're in those
We
times.
are.
So
and you remember with Sodom and Gomorrah, it came to destruction. When they did what they was doing, lovers of themselves, meaning the same sex. It came some heart-wrenching things afterwards, and that's where we're at right now, where it's going to be some heart-wrenching things coming.
well, I just think, and this is not directed at just totally women. It's directed at us men too, that I think there should be more accountability. I think we should correct that behavior where we're saying, well, I can say and do whatever I want to do because I'm grown. But the reality of it is, you have that right. But realistically, you make yourself look very vulnerable. And what I mean by that is because the people that's watching you, each and every one of us are watched and admired by somebody. Even if those people don't come up and say anything. And a lot of things that we say and the acts that we portray can influence these people in a positive way or in a negative way. So I have people all the time come up and give me advice, because a lot of people don't like my personality. They say I'm too aggressive. And I think they've mistaken assertiveness for aggression. Being candid is, they say, is being disrespectful and being rude. But I tend to disagree with that simply because, all the things that I've experienced in my life, if I know right from wrong, if I don't know anything else, and even with my educational background, when people give me advice, I may not agree with them, But when I have the time to reflect, I sit back and say, you know what? Yeah, they were right. Let me apply that. I may never come tell you that, but, but a lot of times, and I don't know if that has anything to do with pride, ego.
It is.
But it's me. I'm at that point in my life where learning is not an option. It's something that I will do. I strive for each and every day. Um, even in my workplace, I have guys that come up and say, "Oh, Ramon, man, know you can be so far out here if you would just smile a little bit more and interact with people a little bit more." And see, that's advice I'm not going to take. And I'm going to tell you the reason why, because I don't have to kiss anybody's ass, for a promotion. Let my work ethics decide or determine if I'm qualified or worthy of a promotion. Not because I'm hanging out at the bar, not because I'm, kissing butt or whatever, So I just think that when people, as this woman referred to, say that we, particularly men, bash, and I get blamed for this a lot, especially on this show, where people will get in the comment box, which is dead tonight because again, Fred's not on, but and most of these people are his followers, so let me put that out there for the record. But they say we bash them because we give our opinions. And who's to say that a person's opinion is right or wrong? You can't. That's an option that's given to every man, woman, and child. If you don't like it, oh well, it is what it is. But I think when people are giving constructive criticism and they're doing it in a respectful way, I don't believe that that's bashing. I think those are people that don't want to accept accountability or take accountability for the things that they're doing, and a person that cares about them has brought to their attention. Now, it's different when a person don't know you and they come up and they say, "Hey, LaShonda, I don't like your hairstyle. I think you should dye your hair blonde. I think you should get your boobs and your butt done." And you know, that's something different,
And I
But
say, I got up this morning and I loved it, and I still love it. And nice
but
advice. But when I go get my butt done, you'll be sitting next to me getting yours done.
but yeah, it's just like I seen this one guy. I don't know his name, but he's getting kind of popular because he's always posting something. He was talking about how black women are trying to be like white women that despise them. I don't know why my camera just went off. Um, can you hear me?
Yeah. So I mean, how do they feel that black women are trying to be like white women?
I don't know. That's his content. Let me add back to the stage. I don't know what's wrong with this system. You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay, let me see why this camera is. So can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, but can't see you.
Yeah, I don't know why this camera just went out, but I don't know if something's loose. But anyhow, my point being is a lot of people don't want to accept constructive criticism, and I'm pretty sure they have their various reasons why. But I think we all should be adults when given any form of criticism. And I don't know what's wrong with this, but as long as you can hear me, I'll get it fixed. But let's see, stop my cam. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it, and it just there it go. Can you see me?
No,
No.
it's a black
No?
screen. There you go.
Okay. You can see me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let me put my virtual background back up. Uh, I don't know what's wrong with this shit. But anyhow, so you know, as we move forward in these shows, I just think again that it's only fair to um, just kind of clarify some of the things that we say. Granted that everything that we say is not going to be accepted or embraced by the people that follow the show, but just to kind of keep a lot of the animosity down, if you will. So what do you think, LaShonda? You're kind of regular on here, so
What do I think about what?
about moving forward. Background color. Some of the things that's said.
Okay, I'm still trying to get what you asking.
As you as we create a narrative for the followers, um, to bring about more clarity and when we speak about things as opposed to just generalizing, making it seem like it's everybody.
Yeah, I've always been one that I always say some, and I always correct people when they say, well, the women is doing this and that. You got to say some women are doing that. So nobody won't be offended because all of us is not doing what a lot of these women are doing. That's corrupt. And so we do get offended when it's put out there that the women are doing that instead of saying some of the women. So yeah, our favorite word should be some.
Yeah, well, I think also that people should be a little bit more open-minded too, because a lot of these talk shows, from what I understand, are not done um, with the live audience. They're done. They're pre-recorded. So what happens when they're pre-recorded? You don't get a chance to question their narratives or their content. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So I just think moving forward, I don't know. I'm having all kinds of difficulties today. And I think that's probably because my daughter, when I'm at work, be over here playing on my computer. So, because I look like I'm like a phantom or something in the background. So let me see one more thing. High definition. Let's put this. Yeah, this won't even let me change anything. So yeah, I'm gonna find out why I can't show videos. And the next time that we're on, um, I'll bring up a video because I thought I followed the instructions of my tech, and it'll give us a topic. So I don't know. Everybody's kind of toned down today. Drip, you kind of quiet, man. What's going on?
I'm tuned in. I'm listening. I was just listening.
I don't know what. Touch up. Oh, that's probably it right there. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this camera.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's like my lighting is not coming in. I got a shadow. It's almost like my thing is being mirrored for some reason, and it won't let me change the definition. So I'll get it taken care of tomorrow. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. On the bashing thing, I think when it comes to women, particularly some black women, not all of them. I know I have a lot of black women in my family. They don't take kind to giving advice, especially when it's not what they feel is conducive, and especially when, as I was touching on the subject about this guy talking about black women trying to portray the roles of white women wearing blonde wigs, the long eyelashes, this and that. I think, and this is just my opinion, you know, I think women do or alter their looks based on how they feel. Some do it to compete with other women. Some do it for medical reasons. I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm not a woman, so I don't wear those things, but I think the majority of women, in my opinion, would look better natural than without all the enhancements. It's just my personal opinion. It seems like the 70s look is starting to come back, the afros, you know, a lot of the attire, culturalism, those things are starting to come back into place. So I think a lot of this this new modern day stuff is gonna fade. I really do. But I love the afros. I think the afros are a part of our culture. It gives women and both men an essence of who we really are, you know, because without all the processing and you know, I wore the Jerry curls and stuff too back in the days, you know, but I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. I didn't realize that those chemicals over the years would burn my hair out. I, re- I, re- Yeah, I'm
That's
talking
what
about.
happened to it.
And it was doing much worse too. You know, some people probably was developing brain cancer and stuff like that because of the chemicals in those products.
Damn.
But I'm
Well,
gonna pass on the afros. See, that'll be what the man be talking about when I say I pass on the afros. But the thing about it is not that I want to look like the white woman or nothing like that, but everybody got their own preference on what they like. It's just like, oh, do I like blue or do I like red or whatever? I like purple. So is that gonna be another problem? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not for the afros.
but when let me ask this question. When did black women start having blonde hair or red hair? That's not the natural color of black women's hair.
Okay, that's not the natural color, but who's saying and what's out? It's got to be the person.
But when you think about
Because
it,
I'll be following what other people.
oh, okay, I'm talking about. Okay, well let's go a step further. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the store today when I got off work. I seen a young girl. She couldn't have been no more than 15, 16 years old, right? Like little Hispanic girl. Her eyelashes were so long, they didn't even look real. You know, I'm talking about there has to be some type of adverse chemical side effect for women putting all this glue around their eyes. Same thing
It is.
with the lip injections, the Botox or whatever it's called. Um, I just don't understand why women feel the need to redesign or reinvent their bodies. You know,
Well, the eyelashes, I was wearing them only because I was in plays, right? Before that, I never wore eyelashes, and then when I got done with the play, I didn't have eyelashes left because of the glue and everything. But what people don't realize is that glue does something to the eyes because when the sun hit the wrinkles come out and it start making you blind. And I was going through that for a minute, and then I said, "Forget this." I was done with the lashes, and I can see now. My vision is better. So they might want to look into letting them eyelashes go.
well, it's not just that. I'm talking about. I understand every woman wants to look beautiful, and every woman is beautiful to some degree or another in their own right. Um, some women possess physical attributes that's a little bit more pleasant than others, but I just think that women should consider it, you know, when they go
Toning it down.
to put these things on, you know, you got to see the same thing that other people see. You know, when you put these eyelashes on and these different hairstyles and stuff, come on, man. You know, and it's the same thing with these men. They're going into barbershops, getting these full beards painted on like LeBron, you know, the
I mean,
game.
the Steve Harveys.
Yeah, you know,
Steve
you got a
Harvey.
full head of hair, and then the second quarter, you know, you got Homie the Clown look, you know. So I'm talking about, come on, man. It's just
Well, all that time we always thought that Steve Harvey was possessing a cool afro, you know, that was lined up every time, really neat. To kind of find out that was a hairpiece.
well, it's not
And
just Steve
you know, the
Harvey.
men always talking about the women, but they wear more hairpieces than the females do.
Well, I don't know about that,
Fake
Rashawn.
hairlines.
I don't think they sell more hair pieces than they do wigs. So that's the and we can look up those stats if you want to, but I don't think they yeah, you know. So Steve Harvey was and still is, in my opinion, a fake and a fraud. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, he talks about God all the time. He talks about faithfulness. You know, he wrote that book, How to Be a Man or whatever.
And
yeah, so you know, when you have people, and it's funny how this world works. You have people that have no substance in their life, and anytime somebody says something or do something, they're so fast to jump on it and embrace it as a revelation when they haven't even taken the time to really do any thorough research to know why that person is saying that and what the reason is behind what they're saying. People just so fast to just run and gravitate towards things or jump on a bandwagon, and I don't think that's cool. I think as adults, people should start thinking and being their own individuals. You know, so
you know, look, and I don't say everything he was saying was right on money, but there are some things that a man when
you're going in and out. You're going in and out. Nope, same thing. Your reception is bad. There you go now. There you go.
Okay. So
we can
Get off that cricket.
Yeah, you're
no, it ain't cricket, it's Metro.
Yeah, you back on that Metro.
See.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about now?
You're good now.
Better now. Don't move to the left. Your satellite's gonna go down if you move to the left.
Hey, I'm gonna have to do a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
For real.
But yeah, I just don't agree with it. You know, I see women. You know, it's a lot of them out there where I work at. Going into these stores, you know, I just see women. To me, they look like clowns. You know.
Love figures, you know, the lashes that's going down like this.
Man,
too heavy to lift.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get next to some Wi-Fi or something. Because you're going in and out. We can't hear anything you're saying, you know. But yeah, I just think I think Black women can do a lot better, you know. And I'm not talking about the majority of Black women. I'm talking about the minorities. I think they don't have to do all that. Make all these Asians and white people rich. I think they can go with natural, because I see some women, man, that have these little short haircuts, like the Holly Berry haircuts. Man, and I think that, to me, is more appealing than for a woman's hair to be a little bit longer than mine, and she going to a shop and come out and her shit way down her back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Out of control, man, with the orange and green and blue and yellow hair, and you know, your eyelashes sticking out 7 inches. You know, I see the blue on the side of your eyes. You know, to me, that's that want to be, you know, slut, want to be whore, want to be tramp, want to be hoe. You know, that's the signals it's sending off. It's nothing about elegance or class. You know, it's just a lot of not caring. I mean, you can ask these youngsters nowadays, do you care about class? And they'll tell you, I don't care about class. So obviously they love trash, because that's what it looks like. A bunch of females trying to have this look like they looking like sluts. They want attention. Okay, there you go. Oh, you got your mugshot picture up. Okay. I'm fucking with you. You on now, though. You back on. Little Wi-Fi back on.
Yeah, I just think.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think God did a wonderful thing when He created women. I think women, to me, and this is just my opinion, are truly in when they're truly in their essence, particularly Black women. There's not a woman on the planet that's more lovely, more attractive, more provocative than a Black woman. But when Black women are not in their true essence, they're like hyenas. They're like jungle creatures. The things that they do, their actions and the things that they say are not befitting of a woman or a lady. So, and it's almost like.
But you know what? I can say like the Black race has a lot of things that they need to fix. Like, I mean, not only is the Black women, some of the Black women, it's a lot of the dudes that are good too. Like, it's just, I mean, like really, really need to fix some things because we dropped the ball a long time ago. And it's really hard to figure out really where we went wrong, who dropped the ball. That's how bad it is.
We can.
I work for the school district and I see it all the time. And, and I'm always talking to our young Black females and males, they do stuff at the school and they don't realize they were parents. We call them out. I said, they just look at you and just like they never talk to you anything. I said, that's what we look at. And I said, and me being a Black female up here with you, it's embarrassing. I said, y'all do know how to act, so let's do that, So we do as a culture need to come up and teach our kids better. And when we go out in public, it's the different outfits we wear, like PJs in the stores, and just doing everything. And I think a lot of it is that Black people, think of the slavery days, and now we free, so to speak, and I'll do what I'm big and bad and both do, So yeah, we got some growing to do.
Well, and it's not only our culture, but a lot of other cultures too. We always use Blacks as an example, but the reality of it is that there's flaws in every other culture too. They're just not exploited as much as it is the Blacks, and Blacks make it so obvious because of their mindsets, and they're willing to say the dumbest shit at the wrong time. So people exploit that. It's like with this Super Bowl thing. Everybody has a different narrative and opinion. Why KC lost and all this, and the Kendrick Lamar performance, and I'm talking about. I think we're our own worst critics. I think we're our own worst enemies. I don't see in my lifetime it getting any better. It hasn't gotten any better in my lifetime in 63 years being here on this planet. And I just don't see it getting any better, because I think the tainted education system, this education that most Blacks think that they have, is not based on facts. It's not based on realities of life. It's based on institutional what's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of brain dead right now, but the knowledge that most people go to college and acquire is not based around the realities of life. Okay. They say 75 to 82% of the knowledge that we acquire in school we'll never use in life. And I believe that to be true because I've excelled academically in that institutional culture. And once we acquire, and I'm gonna say we and include myself, acquire a certain form of knowledge, then we get to that point where we're we're not very receptive of any outside input or information that can help us grow and obtain more knowledge that'll benefit not only ourselves, but when it's shared with other people, to benefit the people that we choose to share it with. So I don't know, Lashana. I just don't, they say a lot of people that's socially and economically deprived act the way that they act, based on a lack of knowledge. But I don't believe that that's the reason they, a lot of people, and I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about any ethnic background. I think people choose to act like that because of their byproducts of their environment. They're taught this and they're conditioned this way, and they end up growing up just embracing it, and then that's what they advocate from that point on. And that's what you see in the school. I've worked in the same school district that side by side with you for years, and
Yeah.
coming in, sharing my
And it
experience
has
with.
changed a lot. It has
Well,
changed a lot. Back when I first got in it, when I was in my 20s and I'm in my 40s now, the kids and even the families was willing to listen and take advice or whatever. But now the kids now they trying to tell us what's going on, and I always have to remind them I'm from old school. And when an adult is talking to you, that's what you do. Not the kid is trying to tell the adult what to do. I said that don't fly with me.
right.
So you know,
Well, we just got to move forward. Keep praying, keep hoping, and just believe that change will come. One day,
yeah.
one time. So I don't know.
And so, like at my school, the kids, they be cussing and all that stuff. And like when we was kids, we was cussing. Ain't gonna tell no lie. We was cussing, but when we was around adults, we know how to hold our tongue and not doing all the cussing. But these kids, they look you right in the face, be talking to you and cussing and everything. I said, who are you talking to? 'Cause I know you're not talking to me doing all that cussing. So I have a thing that we started around the school is when we hear somebody cussing, we like wash your mouth out with soap. That's what we say all day long. And so the principal liked it because now the kids are starting to get conscious of what they're saying around the adults and stuff too. So that's a little thing that we got started. So at least we starting somewhere.
Well, let's just keep, as I said, just keep praying, keep hoping that one day, people as a whole will gravitate towards the betterment of all human beings and get off these high horses that we're on, thinking that we're better than people, thinking that we're smarter, and that we don't have to listen or take advice from anybody. So, with that being said, I want to thank both you and Drip for taking your time out. I know you both have a lot of busy things to do. But Sean, I want to give you an early shout out, happy birthday shout out. I know tomorrow is your
Yeah.
birthday, so we won't be doing a show tomorrow because I know you won't be present. But if just enjoy yourself. It's your special day, and I hope you enjoy that day. God knows you deserve it. How old you gonna be?
47.
Okay, well you getting up there, so yes, that's okay. But
You
yeah,
know,
Drip,
I remember somebody had told me, "Oh, you getting old." I say, "Yep." I say, I used to feel bad or whatever, but I don't anymore for the fact that there's always people older than me. So I'm good.
yeah.
So
So Drip,
yeah.
thank you, brother, for being on, man. We're gonna see if we can do a show tomorrow. If not, we'll be back Thursday because I'm off. So with that being said, everybody, I don't know how many people tuned in because they're starting. The numbers are starting to pick up now. But I'd like to thank you for supporting, for being, even though no one made any comments, they're watching because I can see the numbers. I don't know if you can see them, but we're just gonna keep moving forward, man, and keep having fun with this. I'm talking about either they join us or they don't. So, but
Yeah.
we're not gonna let this drive die because people for various reasons don't want to participate. So it is what it is. So I want to wish you both a blessed and pleasant night. And I'll be in touch. God bless you. Be safe out there, Drip. You be safe, man. And if you need me, you got my number. Just hit me up.
Yes, sir, family. Appreciate
Okay.
you.
You have a good one, man. All right. Much love.
Okay.